to pass in verse 8, that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. Verse 9, and I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them. I'm going to take all that bullshit you learned over there. I'm going to take all that lie that they've been telling you, all those things they've been teaching you, everything that you have learned. I'm going to take you through the fire, and I'm going to refine you as silver is refined. And they will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people. And they shall say, the Lord is my God. You see? You people running around here teaching all this stuff. You're telling Israel lie upon lie. You tell them they got to learn a precept upon precept, line upon line, little here, little there. Everything you are teaching the people, everything you are telling the people is a lie. We know when to celebrate a certain Sabbath, and we know there are no priest that God has brought forth and said he is a priest of the Most High God and he can do a sacrifice. How the hell you going to do a sacrifice to him in bondage? You got Lucifer telling you none of these things and none of these people, none of them have anything to do with me. I'm the heathen. But yet, you continue to believe the lies that man tells you, instead of trying to seek the truth out, instead of trying to learn. Hush. Be quiet. Hear from God. Stop asking God and listen to God. Just like here, when you first come to LieToMeNoMore.org, you may come in on a video that there's 192 videos. Stop asking questions. Sit down. Be quiet. Listen. Learn. You will not get your answer. We're not like I said, we're not a crystal ball. We don't even have all the answers. The Father hasn't revealed everything. We're not God. God knows everything. There's no man over here on this planet living. Even Lucifer, he didn't know everything, but he knew quite a bit. He was kicked out of heaven. He knew quite a bit. But he didn't know everything. Just take your time. All you got is time. Because you're just waiting on Elijah to come back. Stop being so hasty. Sit down. If you are allowed to by the Most Holy. People want to know where to start at watching videos. I mean, all the videos are uniquely different. They all have a message, or they tell a story about something you've been lied to about. So, but you can go all the way back to the very first video if you want to. Just go to the videos and click on it and see the list and start at the bottom. But it doesn't matter where you start, because everything here at LieToMeNoMore.org is a message of learning about the scriptures of the Most High God, the Old Testament, his writings, his books. This is not a place for you to come and teach. This is not a place for you to come and tell everybody what you think and your opinion. And you can stop yelling about, they deleted my comment. Why won't they talk to me? This is not what this is. This is a place where Hebrew Israelites who are fed up with the lies and the deceit of this world and the non-understanding of the so-called prophets that go out in the name of the Lord that do not know what they're teaching. They're looking for a place of peace and rest and understanding. They're tired of running. They're tired of going from here and there and everywhere. So we tell you, take your time. Watch as many videos as you can. I guarantee you, somewhere in one of the videos, a question you have asked shall be answered. So if you don't hear from us, don't get upset and all antsy and all. Because usually the people that don't hear from us are people who are saying foolishness. We don't deal with foolishness here. We don't have time for it. Well, thank you for tuning in this evening on this Wednesday night service. And hopefully you have an understanding that you can wash your mind out of this anything to do with Jesus. Jesus himself told you he's nothing. God himself indicated that I will take nothing that has been bruised. You can't sacrifice anything, man, male, animal, whatever. Ain't nothing coming to me bruised up and cut up and beat up. My altar is holy. My altar only takes perfect things. And they can only be put up by priests of the Most High God. And y'all do know there were Roman soldiers that put him up. So, yeah, again, I ask you to come in and tune in this Sabbath to hear an awesome word from your watchman. He has a blessing for you, Israel. He's going to give you some knowledge that you have never heard before. So again, I say to you, this is VCE Smith. I am the rib of the watchman, and I thank you for tuning in this evening. Shalom.
Greetings, our Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters. This is L.D. Smith, the watchman on the wall. Your watchman, Israel. It is our Sabbath. Grab that King James. But first and foremost, we want to give a shout out to the whole family. Happy Sabbath, Israel. Oh, my sisters and brothers, we got a fine teaching tonight. As a matter of fact, this is a continuation from the message, our midweek message that the Rib brought to you guys about being possessed. All right. Now, I think and I know that she gave you the right definition for the word possess. But we are going to discredit and show you through scriptures that this New Testament is nothing more than a fabrication. Everything over here is nothing but a lie. And we have been deceived by the word that they use over here to perpetuate this lie that they have showed the whole world. All right. Now, let's go forward into our teaching, my sisters and brothers. And as I always say, I want you to pay attention to the wording, and I want you to listen and think about everything that we are discussing tonight. And as always, I always say that the Most High will give his children an understanding. And that being said, let us go forward now. We're in the book of Luke, the 8th chapter, and we're going to begin with verse 27. And now look what he says here. This is a man here that is supposed to be out of his mind. But let us go forward and read and see what it says here. It says, and when he went forth to land, there met him out of the city a certain man which had devils long time, and wore no clothes, neither abound in any house, but in the tombs. Now, in other words, this man was out of his mind. In today's society, we would say that he's out of his mind because he's living in a tomb and he has no clothes on. All right? Now, let us go a little further here. It says, when he saw Jesus, he cried out and fell down before him with a loud voice, saying, what have I to do with thee, Jesus, thou Son of God the Most High? I beseech thee, torment me not. For he had commanded the unclean spirit to come out of the man, for often it had caught him, and he was kept bound and chained and fetters, and he broke the bands and was driven of the devil into the wilderness. And Jesus asked him, saying, what is my name? And he said, Legion, because many devils were entered into him. And he besought him that he would not command them to go out into the deep. And there was there a herd of swine, many swines feeding on the mountain, and they besought him that he would suffer them to enter into them, and he suffered them, and they went, and then went the devils out of the man and entered into the swine, and the herd ran violently down a steep cliff, and y'all know the rest of the story. But anyway, let's get back to this right here. Now, first of all, this man here is supposed to be out of his mind, and he ain't got no clothes on, and this and that. And then the spirits talk to Jesus, so-called evil spirits, and we're going to deal with that also. And they commanded him, Jesus commanded the evil spirits to come out of the man. And then said the evil spirits told the man, let us go into the swine. Now my question is this right here. If he was possessed, so-called possessed by a man, why would you want to go into another man or another person? Why would you want to go into the swine? That doesn't make any sense to me at all. What could the swine do? But anyway, this here doesn't make any sense at all. This is nothing but rubbish, nothing but garbage, nothing but bullshit. That's what it boils down to. Now we are going to take our time with this, and we're going to get on down here into the heart of the lesson, and I'm going to prove to you that Jesus has no authority, neither does the Christians nor anyone else, over no evil spirits, no counter spirits. All right. Now, like I said, I'm going to prove it. In Israel, you guys know, if I can't prove it, you ain't going to see it come out of my mouth. Because I don't have time for these foolish individuals that are on the outside looking in, trying to find a way to, I guess, train wreck louder me no more, but that'll never happen. Now, let's go a little further. Let's go to chapter 9 here. In the same book of Luke, let's go to chapter 9, verses 37. We're going to start at 37 and going to read down to 42. Look what it says here. It says, and it came to pass that on the next day when they were come down from the hill, much people met him. And behold, a man of a company cried out, saying, Master, I beseech thee, look upon my son, for he is my only child. And lo, a spirit taketh him, and he suddenly crieth out, and is torn, and is teareth him, in that he foameth again, and bruises him, hardly depart from him. And I beseech the disciples to cast out, and they could not. And then Jesus supposedly go on here and cast out these spirits. Now, my sisters and brothers, like I said, that couldn't be further from the truth. Now I'm going to read verse 42 here. It said, and he said, and as he was yet a coming, the devil threw him down and tear him, and Jesus rebuked the unclean spirit and healed the child and delivered him again to his father. That can be further from the truth. Like I said, I'm going to prove it. All these little bullshit ass stories sound good, when you don't have any knowledge of the Most High, and you don't have any knowledge of His Word, or you don't have any wisdom nor understanding. All this bullshit sounds good. It sounds like it could be true, but it could. I'm telling you, it couldn't be further from the truth. And like I said, I'm going to prove it. I always prove everything I say. Now let's go to the book of Acts, the 16th chapter. I'm laying a foundation to build on where I can tear this New Testament all to pieces. I'm just taking my time with it. Now you stay with me, Israel. We're in the book of Acts, the 16th chapter. Let's look at Acts 16:16. Let's look what it says. And it came to pass, as we went to pray, a certain dancer, possessed with the spirit of divination, met us, which bought her master much gain by soothsaying. Now, I looked at this word here. It's talking about one that can tell the future. Yeah. And it goes on here. It goes on here talking about she followed behind Paul and them and kept on saying this for several days and whatnot. Talking about they were men of the Most High and this and that, leading them to salvation. But I'm gonna prove to you that the only person that knows the future is the Most High. No one else. Now let's go back to our books. Let's go back to Isaiah. That's what I said. Let's go to Isaiah. Let's look at chapter 46. Very familiar passage. We talk about it all the time, Israel. Look what it says. Isaiah 46:9. Remember the former things of old, for I am God and there is none else. I am God and there is no God like me. And we talked about that last week. Look what he says. Declaring. Do you know